Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So here, let us start with the second question of today's Leetcode bi-weekly contest. 1 minute. So here, let us first read this question, and then about the constraint, and then finally the coding part for the same. So here, let us read this question. So here, you are given two zero index string 1 and string 2. In an operation, you select a set of indices in string 1, and for each index I in the set, increment string 1 of I to the next character cyclically. That is, A becomes B becomes C, and so on, and Z becomes A. Return true if it is possible to make string 2 as a subsequence of string 1 by performing the operation at most once, and false otherwise. So basically the two strings which are given to us. So here if the string 2 is a subsequence of the string 1 after performing that operation at max 1, so then only we will be returning true, else we are required to return the false. So this is about the question, and let us check for the constraints. So constraints are high here, so that's why we would be required to make a solution in such a manner that it is either order of n, or it could at max go till order of n log n, but not order of n square. So in this first example, if we see, so now here in the first example we are given with this ABC and AD, right? So here A and A, both of them are equal, right? So here A subsequence of ABCD means part of that. And then when we go to D, here B and D are not equal, right? And even if we do B plus 1, then also it doesn't become equals to D. So that's why we will be moving our cursor to C. And when we go to C, then we check if our C plus 1, if C is equal to D, that is not true. Then C plus 1, is it equals to D? Yes, that is true. So then in that scenario, we will be returning true. So this is the thing for which our question is saying to us to do. So this was for the first test case. Then for the second test case, here Z and A, they are not equal, right? But Z plus 1, as per they have said in the question that if Z is there, then it will be converted to A. Basically it is going ahead in cyclic manner, so that's why Z plus 1 equals to A as per this. So that's why, and then C plus 1 is also equal to D, right? So that's why AD is subsequence of this ZC. Then for this A is there, right? Then A and D are not equal, but and then we check for A plus 1, that is equals to B, so that is also not equal, so we will move ahead with B. Then B and D are not equal, and if we do B plus 1, then that is equals to C, and that is also not equal, right? And now we don't have any other character left, so that's why we will be returning false in this particular case. And here all other we will be returning true. So that was for these examples which are given to us. So the only thing which is here is that we are required to go ahead in cyclic manner, and if there would be Z, we are required to check that if at any point in the string 1 we are getting Z, then what we are required to do, we are required to check that if our string 2 is containing A at that particular point, then we will be returning true. That would be the case, means one of the edge case you can better say. And the other thing is that if both of the characters, means character at string 1 is equals to character at the string 2 of, then we will be returning true. And if that is not the case, then we are required to check that if string 1 of I, and if we do plus 1 here and do this minus A is equals to string 2 of J minus A. This we are doing just for converting into the numeric value. If that is the case, then we will be returning true at that particular point. And here true simply I'm referring to that I will be moving to the next character. And at the end, how we are handling all of this is that if it is equals to the total length, then yeah, we will be returning accordingly true or false. So let us go ahead with the coding part for the same. So here at the starting we have taken the size and the pointers which are there. So here we will be going ahead that until our I is less than n and until our j is less than m. So we will be going ahead with this loop. So first case is if these cases only which I was explaining, that if both of the characters are equal, or if the first character plus 1 is equals to the second character, or if the first character is equal to z and the second character is equal to a, then in that context only we will be increment our I and j, else we will be just incrementing our I. So this would be that case only, that a and a are equal. So this would be this particular case, and for incrementing of I would be this case when we encountered b and b plus 1 is not equals to d. So that's why in that criteria we are simply incrementing our I to c. So that is the thing which we are doing here. And then when we check for the c and when we do c plus 1, so it is equals to d. So that is our last this between case which is there. So that fulfills, and that's why we are incrementing I plus I and j. So then after coming means basically if we check after this while loop is completed, then if our j is equals to m, basically our complete subsequence is completely basically our second string which is there, it is completely checked, that is it has reached the length of the string, then we will be returning true, else we will be returning false in this criteria. So this is how we can do this particular question, means one of the case. And so here the time complexity for this particular solution would be order of n, because here we are just using one while loop which is there, and the space complexity here is order of 1, because here we are not using any extra space. So this was all for this particular question. So here if we run the code, so it runs as required, and if we submit it, so it gets accepted. So this was all for this particular code. If you have any doubt, you could comment that down in the video. And yeah, thank you.